Proverbs chapter number 3, verse number 5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding." In 1857, Lieutenant Joseph Christmas Ives set out to explore the Colorado River by steamboat. He and his crew were pushing into country they did not fully understand. They could watch the river, they could study the current, they could scan the banks, they could make their best judgment about what was ahead, but they could not see everything. Eventually, Ives' steamboat struck a submerged rock below Black Canyon, and it was badly damaged. The expedition had to continue by smaller craft and on foot. The rock was there the whole time, they just could not see it. That's exactly why Proverbs chapter number 3, verse number 5 matters. Our understanding is not always wrong because we're foolish. Sometimes it's simply limited because we are human. You can see what is happening today. God sees what is waiting next week. You can see the open door. God sees what is behind it. You can see the relationship that looks promising. God sees where it's headed. You can see the opportunity that seems perfect. God sees the rock underneath the water. That is why the Bible does not tell us to trust in our instincts and follow our hearts or lean harder on what makes sense to us. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart." Then comes the warning, "Lean not unto thine own understanding." There's a big difference between using your understanding and leaning on your understanding. God gave you a mind, use it. Think, plan, ask questions, get godly counsel, pay attention, but do not make your own reasoning the final authority. Your mind makes a terrible God. Your understanding cannot see around the corner. It cannot see hidden motives. It cannot see tomorrow's consequences. It cannot see the temptation waiting 3 steps down the road. It cannot see the trouble underneath something that looks calm on the surface. God can. There will be times when obeying God does not make sense to you. There will be moments when his direction feels slower than your plan. There will be doors that you want open that stay shut. There will be things you are convinced should work out that suddenly fall apart. Do not immediately assume something has gone wrong. God may be keeping you from hitting a rock you cannot see. Sometimes his no is protection. Sometimes his delay is protection. Sometimes his redirection is actually protection. Sometimes the thing frustrating you today is the very thing you will thank God for later. Stop demanding that God explain everything before you obey him. You do not need his entire map. You need enough faith to follow his direction. Your view is limited. His is not. You see the bend in the river, he sees what's around it. You see the surface, he sees underneath it. You see right now, he sees what is coming. So when your understanding and God's word seem to pull in different directions, do not lean harder on yourself. Lean harder on him. Today's challenge: identify one situation where you've been leaning heavily on your own reasoning. Stop trying to force yourself to see around the corner. Pray about it. Obey what God has already made clear in his word and trust him with what you cannot see. The victory thought of the day: God can see what you cannot, so you can trust him where you cannot see.